Good evening, welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is the Marion City Council meeting for Thursday, August 6th. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Roll call, please.
Mr. Missman?
Here.
Mr. Uniman?
Here.
Mr. Jensen?
Here.
Mayor Abu-Wasley?
Present.
Mr. Brandt?
Here.
Ms. Menzer? Here. Mr. Harper?
Here.
Thank you. This time we have a moment of silence. Thank you. First item on the agenda this evening is a public forum. We have two public forums at our meetings. The first one is for all comments that are related to a topic that is on the agenda but not associated with the public hearing. If anyone is here to address council on any topic that is part of a public hearing, there'll be time during the public hearing to make comments. And then the second public forum is at the end of the meeting for all other comments. I'd like to review the rules of procedure for public comments at these meetings. Anyone wishing to address council should complete the yellow card at the end of the table by the door and hand it to the city clerk before speaking. Please do not approach the dais where the council sits. If you have handouts to submit to the council, please give them to the city clerk for distribution to the council. Please step up to the podium and speak into the microphone as the meetings are recorded. You're encouraged to state your name, address, and any group affiliation. All persons wishing to speak will be provided 5 minutes to make their comments. Please do not engage in conduct or speech that is imminently threatening to any person or which incites violence or which is obscene. Please do not make disparaging remarks regarding any individuals. Keep the comments pertinent to the topic at hand. Please do not repeat any comments made by prior speakers. Also, please do not engage in conduct which disrupts the orderly progress of the meeting or engage in any speech or conduct which interferes with other people's ability to participate in the meeting. Failure to adhere to these guidelines or engaging in any disruptive speech or behavior will, after a warning, result in removal from the meeting. We appreciate everyone's cooperation in adhering to these guidelines. The first public forum is now open. If anyone's here to address council on any topic that is listed on the agenda but not associated with the public hearing, please come forward. Okay, seeing no one is coming forward, we'll close that part of the meeting and proceed to the consent agenda.
Mayor, I move to approve the consent agenda as follows. Items A1 through E2, resolutions 32974 to 32993.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda as presented, including items A1 through E2, resolutions 32974 through 32993. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the consent agenda as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved. For the next section, I will turn over the meeting to the Mayor Pro Tem.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve items A1 through D1, Resolution 32994.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda with Mayor Abu-Wasley's abstention. This is items A1 through D1 and resolution number 32994. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda with Mayor Abu-Wasley's abstention, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. The consent agenda is approved and the meeting is back to the mayor.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 32995, approving the conditional waiver of the stormwater detention requirements for the proposed mixed-use development project on the former library site. at 1095 6th Avenue, Snick Hats, Shive Hattery on behalf of the Kilborn Group.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 32995, approving the conditional waiver of the stormwater detention requirements for the proposed mixed-use development project on the former library site. Discussion.
Questions for legal. Sorry.
Please go ahead.
I see we changed the wording to conditional. What does conditional mean?
When we looked at doing just a waiver, one of the items we wanted to make sure we addressed was what if. So there were several conditions we looked at, and all of them were it's unlikely to cause harm, it's unlikely to disturb a water course, it's unlikely to cause a negative impact to the environment. What we did was we put in a condition that if any of those things do happen, although they're unlikely, that the property owner shall engage in reasonable mitigation efforts. So if there is flooding and there's reasonable mitigation that we could put into place to prevent further damage, then the owner would be responsible for engaging in that. It would need to be reasonable, so it wouldn't be like tear down your building type stuff.
Councilmember Harper?
Yes. So somewhat in the same line of thinking on that. So basically, having it stated as a conditional waiver, the applicant has to make a determination of basically compliance to code is more costly than the potential risk of having a future mitigation.
That's correct.
Okay, so they're basically, with this in place, they're making a conscious decision to accept that risk.
Correct.
Okay. I think that's the essence of just what I wanted to drive. And thank you, Mike, for the detail that you provided us yesterday, which I just read, but it answered some of my other questions.
I do have a couple slides if you want me to go through that.
Sure, go ahead.
So just high level, this is the old library site. The storm sewer next to this site, so there's not storm sewer on 11th Street, there's not storm sewer on 5th Avenue. There is drain tile on the west side of 10th Street. And then there is storm sewer on the north, it'd be the south side of 6th Avenue, north side of this site. But that is on the line between the parking area and the roadway. So they would have to install a storm sewer from wherever it exits on the south side of 5th Avenue to the east to the mid block between 11th and 12th and connect to the existing storm sewer. To give you an idea, again, the yellow or the yellow X is the site showing the drainage pattern. Part of the site goes west northwest, part of the site goes to the south until it connects into the existing storm sewer system. We did have a water main break not too long ago. That was a 12-inch water main under a lot of pressure. And in that instance, there wasn't any flooding of any properties. The street was able to act as the storm sewer system until it was actually able to enter into the actual storm sewer system. And then just to give you an additional reference on the south side, so this is an image when the library building was still there. So you can see how much impervious area was there before. A little bit of grass here and there, but mostly parking and the building. And I just want to highlight that there's a 12-inch water main that's on the north side of 5th Avenue or the south side of this lot. And there's also city fiber that's on the south side of 5th Avenue or the south side of this lot as well. That would conflict running that storm sewer to connect to that. That does not include all the franchise utilities like Mid-America, Mediacom, CenturyLink, Lumen, electric lines, would be Alliant, and all those other franchise utilities that could potentially be in that right of way as well.
Is that it?
That's it.
Any other comments or discussion? Questions for staff? Okay, we'll vote. All those in favor of approving ordinance number 32995, approving the conditional waiver of the stormwater detention requirements for the proposed project on the former library site, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no.
No.
Okay, the ayes have it and the motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 26-08, amending the Marion Code of Ordinances by amending chapter 313, vehicle and traffic, to establish regulations, enforcement procedures, and infrastructure standards for electric vehicles charging station. And this is the initial consideration.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the initial consideration of ordinance number 26-08, amending the Code of Ordinances by amending chapter 313 to establish regulations, enforcement procedures, and infrastructure standards for electric vehicle charging stations. Any discussion on the initial consideration of ordinance number 26-08? Go ahead.
This is more of a staff question. Will we be communicating, educating the community, since these are new locations and now this is new fees for this? People may not realize it or they'll see the sign, but are we going to do any extra communication that this is a?
Yes, Amber was actually working with the mayor on a press release earlier today, and we'll be doing our normal communication, messenger, social media, all that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. All those in favor of the initial consideration of ordinance number 26-08, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules and proceed to the second consideration of ordinance number 26-08.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to suspend the rules and proceed to the second consideration of ordinance number 26-08. Discussion on whether or not to suspend the rules and proceed to the second consideration.
Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Just, I think a comment looking for confirmation. So suspending the rules to proceed to the second consideration, and I see we have a similar motion later. That's just so that we can begin the enforcement profile in a very timely manner, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and suspending the rules is not something that we do very often, for obvious reasons, to allow for the time for the three readings. In this instance, though, I have thinking about it, I haven't seen how any harm could be caused to by proceeding to the second and final readings on this measure. So, if anyone else has any other thoughts on that, please share them. But any other discussion? All those in favor of suspending the rules and proceeding to the second consideration on ordinance number 26-08, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 26-08, amending the Marion Code of Ordinances by amending chapter 313, vehicles and traffic, to establish regulations, enforcement procedures, and infrastructure standards for electric vehicle charging stations, second consideration.
Second?
Been moved and seconded to approve the second consideration of ordinance number 26-08. Discussion on approving the second consideration. All those in favor of approving ordinance number 26-08, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. The motion is approved.
Mayor, I move to suspend the rules and proceed to the final consideration of ordinance number 26-08.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to suspend the rules and proceed to the final consideration of ordinance number 26-08. Any discussion? All those in favor of suspending the rules and proceeding to the final consideration of ordinance number 26-08, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. Okay, the motion is approved.
Your Honor, I move to approve ordinance number 26-08, amending the Marion Code of Ordinances by amending Chapter 313, Vehicles and Traffic, to establish regulations, enforcement procedures, and infrastructure standards for electric vehicles charging stations. And this is our final consideration.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the final consideration of ordinance number 26-08. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the final consideration of ordinance number 26-08, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The motion is approved. Next item is our second public forum this evening, which is the time to address council on any topic. If anyone's here to address the council, please come forward, and the same rules of procedure apply as for the other public forum. Okay, seeing no one is coming forward, we will close the public forum section and proceed to city council comments. Start with Mr. Harper.
Nothing for me, Your Honor.
Mine is just a reminder, we have 4 weeks left of Sunrise Yoga. We've had close to 900 people attend this summer. We had to cancel last Saturday because of the rain and cold weather. Also a shout out to Vela Yoga, who just wrapped up their part of Down Dogs in Uptown last night. And we have one more Wednesday night session with Pilates in the Park on the 19th, and that is with Club Pilates. So join us. Lynn Block will be with the yogis on Saturday morning out at Lau Park at 7:30. And then also please check out the great work of the garden here on City Hall grounds that has been producing for the food pantry and our volunteers that put a lot of work and time into that.
Well,
Yeah, I got something tonight.
wonderful.
Saturday, the 15th from 9 to noon at Thomas Park, Creekside Pride Committee is putting on the second annual creek cleanup day. So hopefully folks can come out and help. I invite all of you up here sitting with me to come out and help clean up the creek. We'll be hopefully getting in the creek. Hopefully it's not too high, and we can get some trash out of there or along the banks. And we'll start at Thomas and work our way north and south from there. We'll have a food truck, so those that come and help will get some free food, and we'll have a lot of fun. There'll be prizes for most unique thing found, or maybe the largest thing. I don't think we've actually set the prizes for what we're giving away stuff for. So anyway, hopefully those out there can come join. I'll see Seth there, I'm sure. Okay.
Yeah, Will, I was thinking of that event last Saturday when I was driving over the bridge by Thomas Park and looking how difficult that would have been for that Saturday. A little high. You could canoe down that or kayak or do whatever you wanted to. Just a reminder that we are only 1 week away for teachers going back to school and only 2 weeks away from the kiddies going back to school. So anyway, a lot of kids are going to be wanting to get in those last couple of weeks of activities. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. I just wanted to acknowledge Jay and the park staff for still putting on the farmers market last Saturday with the rain. I know a lot of other events got canceled that Saturday, and we had a couple of vendors come from other places, and it was cool that we were able to accept them in. So we had a good number of vendors still and a good number of people that came out. So just I applaud everyone for being able to pull that off and adapt to the situation.
Thank you. For my part, I just want to acknowledge our entire team. A lot of work happens outside of these meetings by everyone in this room and everyone who works with them in our city team of 300 plus people. And it's wonderful to be part of such a great team of people who are going in the same direction, who are all focused on a people-centered approach of serving the people who live in this city and the people who are doing business in this city, and to give them the opportunities that they have to enjoy their lives and to achieve their goals Um, I see people on this team helping people solve their problems in a very genuine and sincere way every day, responding to resident inquiries and calls, responding to the elected officials and our requests for information and for understanding what's going on so that we can help to address issues in the community. And I just see the entire team sort of shouldering this responsibility together, elected officials and city staff. And I couldn't be more proud of it, of being part of this team. I still, everywhere I go in the region and across the state, hear positive comments about Marion and the standards that we have set for other cities on how to do things the right way. So I know things get heavy at times and they get challenging, and the more we grow, the more our issues become more complex, and we're not perfect, but everyone is on the right track and wanting to do the best that we can. And so continue reaching higher, continue making the extra effort to achieve the desired result, and know that you're valued and appreciated. Thank you.